a sword in his chest, a bottle in his hand. The painful birth of Coca-Cola. The mornings in Atlanta had yet to bring new hope. Between the foggy sidewalks walked a man, his steps firm, but his eyes weary, his mind clouded. His name was John Stith Pemberton. The wounds left by the Civil War still ached in his body, but worse than the physical pain was the anguish within. A single sword slash had not only torn through his chest, but had also redirected the course of his life. That cut shattered more than bone. It carved out the path of a legend. John Stith Pemberton was born in 1831 in Knoxville, Georgia. From a young age, he was fascinated by chemistry, a passion that would eventually lead him into the world of pharmacy. By the age of 19, he was already a licensed pharmacist, an impressive accomplishment at the time. He spent endless hours in his lab, experimenting with syrups and compounds. Pemberton was an idealist, always in search of something better, something more effective. But neither his knowledge nor his ambition could have prepared him for the horrors of war. In 1861, the American Civil War erupted, and Pemberton joined the Confederate Army. Like many others, he found himself on the battlefield, swept into the chaos of ideology and conflict. In 1865, during the Battle of Columbus, he was struck in the chest with a saber, a devastating wound. Surviving the injury was a miracle. But that miracle came at a price. To ease his excruciating pain, doctors administered morphine, a common practice at the time. Unfortunately, the treatment became a new kind of prison. What started as pain relief soon turned into addiction. The man who once sought clarity in his formulas now found himself trapped in a haze of dependence. Rather than surrender to his addiction, Pemberton did something extraordinary. He tried to heal himself. In the early 1880s, he began developing a new formula, a tonic known as French wine coca. The drink combined Bordeaux wine with coca leaves imported from South America. It promised energy, relief from anxiety, and according to Pemberton, a possible way out of addiction. The people of Atlanta welcomed the tonic with enthusiasm. It was a sensation until 1886, when alcohol prohibition laws took effect in the city. Pemberton could no longer sell a wine-based drink, but he wasn't ready to give up. And that decision changed the course of history. Determined to adapt, Pemberton reformulated his tonic into a non-alcoholic version. He replaced the wine with sugar syrup and carbonated water. Retaining the coca leaf and cola nut extract, he created a beverage that was sweet, stimulating, and refreshingly unique. He named it after its two key ingredients, Coca and Cola. Merging the words with a dash of creativity, he called it Coca-Cola. However, Pemberton wasn't a marketing genius. He had vision, but not the means to scale it. With his health declining, he leaned on the support of his son to help sell the new drink. It first appeared on the shelves of Jacobs's pharmacy, advertised as a remedy for headaches and nervous disorders. At first, only 9 glasses were sold per day. But those 9 sales carried the seed of something monumental. Pemberton's health was deteriorating rapidly. Diagnosed with stomach cancer and still gripped by morphine addiction, he found himself drowning in debt. To stay afloat, he began selling the rights to his formula, piece by piece, to various individuals. Eventually, all rights were acquired by Asa Griggs Candler, a businessman who saw what Pemberton couldn't: Coca-Cola's true potential as a brand. Under Candler's leadership, Coca-Cola grew into an empire. But Pemberton never lived to see it. On August 16, 1888, John Stith Pemberton passed away quietly in his modest Atlanta home. There was no Coca-Cola bottle in his hand, no wealth in his pocket, only debt and the remnants of a shattered dream. Yet behind him, he left a flavor that would echo around the world. Today, Coca-Cola is more than a beverage. It's a symbol of culture, of connection. But behind the red label and global ads lies the story of a wounded pharmacist's desperate search for healing. What can we learn from this? Pemberton didn't start with a perfect life or a lucky break. He was injured, addicted, and financially ruined. And yet, he did something remarkable. He turned inward for a solution. The formula he created wasn't just about taste. It was a personal remedy, a silent cry for freedom. Without knowing it, he had sparked a journey that would touch millions. Coca-Cola may be in different hands now, but the soul of its first formula, the struggle, the invention, the hope, was born in Pemberton's laboratory. Now ask yourself, could the problem you're facing be the starting point for your own legacy? Could your pain, like Pemberton's, lead to something greater? He didn't know it at the time, but his battle gave the world something unforgettable. What might the world be waiting for from you? Thanks for watching. If you like the video and subscribe to our channel, you will be the first to know about new videos.